Alright everybody, in today's video I'm going to be talking about Peroxide Update 3. Now I'm not too sure if it's too early or too late to talk about this, but you know what I'm saying, I'm going to do it anyway. So without further ado, let's get started. So first off, let's talk about these stuff that we're guaranteed to get. So we're guaranteed to get a trading hub, a new raid boss, and a manifest rework / touch up. Now I'm not too sure on the raid boss because it wasn't specified what they're going to give us, but I kind of have an idea. Now in this case, there are two very likely options to happen. To be honest, there's so many abilities in this game that, you know, they could pretty much do anything, but I don't feel like they're going to add anything from the current abilities, and I'm going to talk about that in a second. But I feel like our two very likely outcomes are Genjo. He's a Fullbringer, if you guys don't know, pretty much the leader of them. I feel like that's very likely because I feel like Fullbringers will come in this update. You know, they've been hyped up a lot. And like, come on guys, like Fullbringer has been being talked about before the game even released. You know, every single update people are predicting Fullbringer, and at this point I just think it's time. You know, I feel like, you know, they've had 3 updates to work on it, even though that might not be enough. You know, I'm not a developer, I'm not too sure on how long it takes to create a whole entire race, but yeah, I don't know, y'all. It should be a lot of things coming in this update, because like now thinking about it, like they have to give us like what, 9 abilities and a bunch of clans for like Fullbringer to be like considered an actual viable race. But I don't know, y'all, but if they do add Fullbringers, I feel like the boss is definitely going to be Genjo. It only makes sense. Now our other alternative is less likely to happen, but I feel like this probably would be the easiest, and I feel like Grimmjow could probably come through. You know, Grimmjow is a fan favorite throughout the Bleach community. We also have his clan ability and his regular ability Beast. So I mean, I feel like it only makes sense, y'all, and they could possibly add another hollow move just for him, you know, that people can, you know, get from the drop. I just really don't feel like they're gonna add any Soul Reaper or Quincy bosses until later on down the line when they start doing 1000-year Blood War stuff, because I mean, even though we obviously have like things like Glacier, Flame, Thunder, stuff like that, it just wouldn't really make sense, y'all. I don't know. So yeah, y'all, I feel like that's about what we're gonna get for update 3. You know, on paper it might not seem like a lot, like a trading hub, a raid boss, a manifest touch up, and Fullbringer race, but like if you guys really think about it, that's a lot. You know, Peroxide's not really the type of game to release huge updates with tons of content, so we might not even get Fullbringers, to be completely honest, because like think about it, like we have to get 9 abilities, we have to get like 10, 11 clans, I'm not too sure, and yeah, that's definitely a lot of work, y'all. So we might not even get Fullbringer this update. They might make like a whole separate Fullbringer update. Who knows? We just gotta see, y'all. Now, since we're on the topic of Fullbringers, I want to talk about the abilities they can possibly give us. Now, I'm not 100% sure, y'all. It's kind of a gamble, because in the show, Fullbringers, their abilities, they don't really have much of an arsenal. It's usually one overpowered move, and yeah, they just keep using that overpowered move. But assuming Peroxide is going to try and keep everything balanced, I doubt we're going to just get one overpowered move. Like I feel like we're going to get, of course, like the basic 3 moves, combo extender, you know, long range, mid range, stuff like that. But even though the moves are kind of a gamble, I kind of have a idea of what the awakening is going to be like. So if you haven't read or watched the Fullbringer arc, I advise you skip through like 30 seconds or so. So, you know, now that the people who skipped through are gone, I feel like the awakening ability is going to be similar to what Genjo did in the show. He basically absorbed Ichigo's, you know, Fullbringer power. He gained powers of a Soul Reaper somehow, and he was basically really overpowered. Now, only Genjo did this, but I don't really think this is a problem, because like with Segunda, you know, Ukiura was the only one who did that. And, you know, all the other hollowed abilities got that, so why wouldn't they do the same for Fullbringer, you know? So I feel like the awakening, like they could actually do something different than the other races for this one. I feel like we might get a total revamp of all, you know, the moves. You know, that's not usually done in Peroxide, as you guys know. We usually just keep our same moves and get an ultimate, but I feel like, you know, the Fullbringer moves might be slightly different, making the race a little bit OP on release. But I feel like it'll definitely be a cool thing to see, you guys. I don't know, y'all let me know in the comments. So I feel like that's about as far as I can talk about, you know, regarding Fullbringers, just because the simple fact in the show they didn't get as much screen time as Arankar, Soul Reapers, or Quincy's. Like it was kind of like a filler arc. You know, the Fullbringer arc was pretty much filler. So yeah, it's not too much I could say about that. I feel like they're definitely gonna cook up with that. But now that we're done talking about Fullbringers, I want to talk about after, you know, the Fullbringer update. After the whole Fullbringer hype is down, what is next? Now, this is pretty far in the future, guys, so whatever I say from this point on, you know, just take it with a grain of salt. This stuff, like, might not even come. This is just my assumptions. Now, in order to predict so far to the future, we kind of got to see what pattern they're going. So, right now, I don't think there's necessarily a pattern, you know. Of course, the Fullbringer update will cover, like, the Fullbringer arc and all that stuff. So, I wonder if they're going to go forwards, like, to 1,000 Year Blood War, or they're going to go backwards, like, they're going to, you know, finish up with, you know, the Rankar stuff, maybe add us a water ability. Something that is also likely, though, is that we get one new ability for each race. You know, every single race has the same amount of clans, same amount of abilities, and I feel like it would only be natural for, you know, every single race to get a new ability, you know, kind of be a refresher, because we've kind of had all these, like, abilities like Flame, Lightning, Duality. You know, I'm not going to list every ability, but you guys pretty much know, you know, we've had all these for a long time. You know, people who played Peroxide before Peroxide actually released, you know, they've been using those for who knows how long. So I feel like it would definitely be a good refresher to actually get something new, and maybe they can introduce some like anime only abilities, because as you know, like, they kind of made up their own abilities throughout the way, and it'll be cool to see maybe like Flower, or, you know, the balance. I don't know, y'all. Right now though, it kind of seems like they're kind of in the rework stage, like they're backtracking, you know, reworking every single ability, adding new stuff that, you know, is essential to the game, like a trading hub, maybe some more like maps, you know. I don't know, y'all. We just gotta wait and see. You know, like I say all the time, whatever they do, they're definitely gonna cook up with it. But yeah, guys, that should be about it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I do have a message for my supporters and subscribers though. I will be posting a lot more Peroxide content. I kind of like started posting One Piece content and never really added any Bleach content into the mix, which is kind of unfair to you guys, because I pretty much started this whole, you know, channel off of Bleach content, things like that. So you know, that's like the main reason a lot of you guys are supporting me and all that stuff, because you liked my Bleach content. So I'm gonna continue to do that. I really missed it, and the One Piece community is kind of in shambles right now, and I'm pretty much fed up with it and all the trash games like we keep getting. So, you know, I'm gonna come back home to Bleach, and, you know, I missed a lot of things like the Thunder rework, and, you know, talking about, you know, the release of update 2 and stuff like that. So I'm gonna definitely backtrack and get to that stuff for you guys. So yeah, that's about it for today's video, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Peace.